All right, that is muted. We're good to go. Everything is muted. All right, first off the top updates. And then we're going to go into the presentation, which all of it's going to be recorded. I want to go ahead and record the updates so that we can mark these days down. First and foremost, the software is complete. The only additions that are going in are the products. And like I said, there's a lot of products. So with the addition to, I want to say about 30, 35 merchants, each merchant has over 70 to 100,000 products, literally. So what has to be done is no, we're not going to do a description of all those products. That'd be what it would be 10 years. So it'll be similar to Amazon. Each grade, like I said, will have its own value, and you will have a selection of items, products, services, or what have you in that price range. So we're going to take the first grade for an example, which is $50 in royalties to you to use. So all the products, most of them that will be on that grade will be $50 and under, because you got to figure most, if you're going to be shopping on the Amazon links, then it's Prime, 3 days free shipping. If it's other merchants, I do not control the shipping. Okay, so you're going to see stuff that you can get, but then you have to add in the shipping. So you will see some of the same similar links on other steps or grades because of that. All right. As I said, each grade will have its own royalty value. Now, right now, the software is set up for US dollar. So that means the royalties are given in US dollar. Okay. And you would be purchasing items and services and what have you in US dollar. To convert from US dollar to crypto is about a 3 day process. That was most of the discussion that I had with them today. That's why I wanted to do this update, because I couldn't get to them until today. The programmer had a loss in their family, and that's what he's been dealing with. So, working in between that process and getting us finished up, we should be done here in a little bit. But like I said, things are being updated and make look good, so that when you get there, you'll be able to see everything, hear everything. So let me give you a little bit of a spoiler. Each grade will have I guess you could say, a description that's going to be read to you. You don't even have to read it. It's going to tell you. You're going to hear a lot of the same things I'm going to say tonight on the presentation, because that's where it came from. Okay. These descriptions are going to describe each level, the royalties connected, and what else you are able to do in each grade. It's not always going to be shopping. Like I said, there is a withdrawal mechanism in the back office. Now, before I get into the presentation, we are on point. I'm not going to give any days. So if you're looking for a date to nail me to the wall with, you're not going to get it tonight. Okay. Not doing that no more. It's too stressful. There's a lot of moving parts when you're dealing with other people. And I know that we have been at this for quite a while. So just to give you an example, I'm going to tell you just how difficult it is. Now, I'm going to pick on a lot of you. Don't take it personal. But there was a request to process some documents. All right. A lot of you already know where I'm going with this. How difficult was that? Be honest with yourself now. It was a little bit of a chore, wasn't it? I understand, and you understand that there is a time and a place for everything. The time right now, literally, is to stay as close to the instructions as possible. I know there's a lot of variables, there's a lot of circumstances, and we try to handle each one separately, not together, because everybody's different. There's different circumstances. There are some that can't see, there are some that can't use a computer. But are we denying them the opportunity to participate? Nope. Nope. We might have to lean on them a little bit to get information and set things up and make sure they're good. That's why I have a team. I had to reach out and get some help. Now, as far as the updates are concerned, like I said, updates, updating the website. Some of the merchants, want proof of ownership and all this. So I had to present documents myself. I had to show the license, or not license, but the LLC that's connected to the website. I had to show that that is an actual connection. A lot of these merchants, the products are so upscale, they don't want to be connected to a fly by night. And I understand it 100%. So we have to present documentation, just like I'm asking all of you to present. Now, you and I both know that there are 3 levels of entry. 3, right? There was the 75 that was going to test it. There was the green that sent in $25. And then there's the white. Now, each one of these sections of people, groups of people, if you will, have to be notified first. They have to go through the document process, which I'm glad we started early, because if we'd have waited till we launched, it would have been monstrous. So I'm kind of glad we're going through this now so we can get through it. Now, the first 25 grew to about 100 people, 100 positions. The green did not all come in. Like I said on the last call, I don't know what the holdup is. Whatever that holdup is, that's between you and God. Okay. My job and my responsibility is to make sure you were notified to come on and fill out your documents. Simple. You put up to 25 to help the system come aboard or come online, and that was to give you the opportunity to get your position, right? Real simple. You already got skin in the game. No entries, very little. That's okay. I'm going to move on. As of tonight, I'm only going to do 25 at a time because I think that might have been somewhat of the issue. But I did talk to somebody in each batch of emails that went out for the greens. So I know everybody got that email. But I'm not going to babysit. Not going to do it. We're going to move on to the white tonight. And I'm going to start off with 25 people every hour. So I would say by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I'll send out 50. And then I'll continue that tomorrow. You have to space them out, or Gmail will flag your email address for spam and they'll shut it off. We don't need that. So I'm going to space them out, and I'm going to ask in advance, check your spam. The thing is full of links, full of with the scan for the phone, for those who can't get out, the link itself for all those documents. There's only 3 now. I've condensed the 4 documents into one document. Then you have the death agreement, and then you have the example so you can fill it out. So there's only 3 documents now. All of them are there, but I condensed 4 into one, and then one by itself. All right. So it's still a bunch of links. That's 3 links right there, plus the cam scanner, which you can scan documents with your phone. That's another link. And then the email address is a bunch of links. It's going to go to spam. We should be well aware of that now. The form will be different when you get it, not tonight. You're only going to get the documents. Please get those documents done as quickly as possible and get them back in. If we don't hear from you, or if we don't get the documents back, we can't send you the invite because you're not on the roster. You haven't filled out the documents, and no one is going into a promise delivered without filling out the documents. It's real simple. I don't care what you participate with, you got to file some paper. Okay? Even getting a Cash App card, Cash App account, you got to show your driver's license, right? You have to attach your bank. That's documentation. There's rules, right? A promise delivered is no different. I don't know why everybody wants to bend what I put together. They want to change what I sent out. No, no more. No more changing what I'm sending. What I'm sending to you is what I need back the way I'm requesting it back. Unless you have a physical issue, no transportation, I understand. There are some situations, like I just mentioned, but I don't want everybody to come up with a story so they don't have to do what I'm requesting. I hope we, can come to an agreement on that part, because it's very difficult to process documents any kind of way. You wouldn't do that at work. You wouldn't do that anywhere else. We're not going to do it here. Okay. I'm giving you a app that you can put on your phone that will scan a document. As long as you take a good picture, it'll only take the document. That's what it does. Then turn it into a PDF and you can email it to anywhere. Okay. So a little bit of instructions on that. If you go to a store or the library or anywhere else, add your email address and your email address so that when you send those documents in and something isn't right and they need to send it back, they have an email address to send it back to. But if you go to Kinko's library and all them other places, it'll have its email as the return email address. Can't get the documents back to you so you can fix it. That's been an issue. Like I said, most, if not all of us, have a cell phone. It has a camera on the back. Most of them. I won't say all, but most of them. If you download the app, Camera Scan, is called Cam Scan. Sounds like you're saying scam. Cam Scan, you'll see it in the email. Download it on your phone. You don't have to go nowhere. You can do everything from right here except print it. Now, you do have to have a printer if you're going to stay at home, but you can go to the library, any one of them, and have it printed out. You only need to print it once. Take your time signing so you don't have to get it printed twice, but print it out once. Do the signatures where you need to do the signatures. I would like to see blue ink. If black is all you have, that's fine. Sign it, but it has to be in your signature. Okay. I saw one today that was interesting, to say the least. The signature went across the entire page. The whole page. So I'm like, that's interesting. How do you sign a check? That's just some of what we see. So I agree with you. Sometimes things are a little difficult. A little difficult. Don't turn it into something hugely difficult. Okay. That's all I ask on these documents. I shrunk it down so it's not so many. You're really only returning two. The one you just use as a guide to fill it out. Okay. So you're really only sending two back. Let's get those done quickly and correctly, please. All right. Fair enough. Let's move on. All right. The next thing, as you already know, there is a lot of moving parts. And I appreciate Rhonda immensely with the chat. She keeps you guys updated and what have you. But I'm only going to say this like this so that we're all on the same page. Slow down. Slow down. Because if I move too fast, the second we move on, somebody in green is going to say, hey, you didn't get me. Right? So you have to do things in stages and announce them accordingly. Now, I sent out the email to the entire email thing. Even people that aren't even on the spreadsheet got the email because they called me. Oh, you getting ready to launch? Yes. So everybody that sent in 25 knows that I'm asking for your information. Okay. I gave it until Friday. I said I might start the white Thursday or Friday, depending on how many greens come in. So you have to give me the opportunity to let you know the next step. That chat is important. I get it. And a lot of you go there for that information. Rhonda makes it available. But I know we all want to get launched. I cannot tell you how much I need it launched. Nobody wants it more than me. But we have to do it properly and in order. If you were one of those greens and I moved on to the whites, what would you say? Hey, I gave $25. Right? And you would want to be taken care of. That's all I was doing. I wanted them to have the entire end of the week. We went through the weekend. Sunday, I do nothing. Someone called me Sunday, and I just looked at the phone. That's the one and only chance you get. You just spoiled it for everybody. If someone else calls me on Sunday, I can assure you, you will get a refund, and that'll be the end of that. I don't work on Sunday unless I have to go to the job. But if it's my choice, that's my day to work out, to meditate, to take care of me, right? Monday through Saturday, I'm helping take care of you. I've been working on this, and you know, some of you have been with me 8, 10 years, right? We tried to launch it once, and a whole lot of stuff happened. There's some haters out here, boy. There's some haters out here. But you have to push through that. And all I'm asking, and I'm not pointing at fingers and saying you or them or those. All I'm asking everybody, I'm not pointing at one person. Relax and let me announce the next steps. so we can go together. If I'm over here working on green and now you're expecting whites, the next question is, how come I'm on the white? How come I didn't get an email? All right. Enough of that. Let's move on. So those are the last couple of things that I wanted to touch on. And like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming and to make sure you're here to get this information. It's important that you know the next steps and what I'm doing. You can't go ahead of me. Just saying. Let's go together. All right. So I would rather take all the questions at the end because you're going to hear some things tonight that you haven't heard. I'm going to try to make sure. Can you guys just give me a thumbs up? Hear me clearly? Okay, the guys with the cameras on, there's only 3 of y'all. Can I get a thumbs up? Can you hear me? All right. Thank you. All right. So for those who are new on the call, if there's some visitors, I want to welcome you to something that you just heard or may have heard that we've really been working on for a very long time. Very long time. It is a platform that is designed really to replenish nations. It's not just your typical MLM on the internet that you go join for $50 and supposedly make $10,000 in a week. You know, numbers will tell you things and they never lie, but when they are told like that, you got to be careful, right? So just to give you a little background on myself, I have been at these MLMs and Ponzi schemes and pyramids that you hear all about across the internet for better than 18 years, literally, because I've tried everything under the sun because I really don't like working for people. Just being honest. I've worked everywhere and been mistreated every place I worked from 16 till today. I punched my first clock at 16. So I've been working for somebody for 50 some odd years. What do I have to show for it? A lot of calluses and some very thick skin because I've been beat across every street out here. And I'm sure you have too. We've all worked hard somewhere else and not appreciate it. So over the years, I have joined this one, joined that one, tried this, tried that. And each time I tried it, I'm paying attention. And this is why I harp on it so much. You have to watch, you have to listen. Sometimes you need to be quiet so you can hear and see. Over the years, I'm going to shorten this up. Over the years, I said, okay, well, this one failed because of that reason. This one failed. It was a good program if people had did this or that. This program didn't work because it was all about theft. This program, that program. And what I did was write down all of the bad things to all or a lot of the programs out there. I also wrote the good things. Paid daily, daily income, escalating daily income. It should go up every day or every week or whatever. It should increase. The whole idea of doing anything for a financial gain should be an increase on a regular basis, not here. You get $10.50 an hour. That money don't go up. It stays right there all day. It's the same thing multiplied, but it doesn't go up. You think it does because at the end of the week, it's a bigger number. That's multiplication. But if that number started at $10.50, by the end of the week, you're at 70, that's a difference, is it not? That's an increase. So that was the main thing that I thought about for Promise Delivered. It should increase. It should increase. That's the only way you make it. If you're at the same level multiplied, you might as well just go punch a clock somewhere. Go to work. Go back to work, some of you. Go get jobs. 3 jobs. I tried that. That was crazy. You get no sleep. But anyway, it should increase. So that was one of the big things I wrote down. The second thing, it should be loyal to the people that join it, not the people at the top. And I've said this before, but people are not listening. So I'm going to try to help you. There is no top, there is no bottom, there's no first, and there's no last. Everybody is the same at every grade. Right? Simple. If you listen close enough, you'll see how it works. Except for some special keys that I will never talk about. But everything that I just said in that short piece is on the website. It's all right there. Right there. You can see it. You can see the grades. You can see the royalties included on each grade. Right? You can see it. But yet, no one believes it. Why? Because I haven't proved it yet. The same could be said about Team Royal, our sister company. It has an increase. When we do what we're supposed to do, it increases. Will it be every day? No. But it will increase over time of us doing what we do at a Promise Delivered. That was the second thing. The third thing was loyalty. The fourth thing and final thing is it should last. It should last for everybody. And the proprietary software that you have been waiting on is complete. You can't buy this software off the shelf nowhere. That's what's taking so long. It's not something you can just go to Walmart and get. Because if it was that, I could have did that, months and months ago. It would not work the same because it would be dependent on you to do something that left the internet years ago. Duplication. That was the fifth and final thing. Duplication. You get in, you tell 2 friends, you did your job, right? And that's what your 2 friends are supposed to do. They get in, they're supposed to go get 2. That one gets in, they're supposed to get 2, right? That'll work all the way maybe to about the 4th or 5th person. When you get 4 or 5 people away from that process, it stops. Because those people 4 or 5 steps away are at the bottom. They're not seeing anything coming in. They're not coming to the calls. Sound familiar? They're not going to the website. They were just told it costs this much, get in and you'll get this. Okay. They didn't say you have to get 2 people and tell them to do the same thing. That's duplication. That left the internet years ago. That's bingo. That's why you had attorney generals come up and say, if you do these types of programs, it's mail fraud. They gave it all kind of titles to make it ugly. Ponzi scheme. What's the other one? Pyramid. Just all kind of evil names to deter you from joining it. And some of them rightly so. Like I said, they're not all built the same. Right? Not this one. Number one, and this is the really big one that a lot of people come listen, and don't realize that you're looking at the person that created it. You're looking at me. with the help of the creator, of course. But my point is, if I was here, now listen, to defraud, to take advantage of, to hurt elderly, to mess with people's retirement funds, do you think you would see me? Do you think I would give my personal phone number on a recorded call if I was hiding from something like that? No, you would see something like this. Let's do this. Click. That's what you would see with no name. You would see a bunch of numbers up there. Or the owner, the name may be the owner, or whatever. Cute little disguise. But no, my name is right there. My face is right there. I'm not here to hurt nobody, but I'm trying to help everybody, which is a very difficult task. But it's not your task to me, it's his to me. And if I follow what he directs me to do, I know all of you will be blessed because that's what it's about. Not here to hurt anybody. Someone asked, well, why are you asking for this information and putting these documents and we have to sign them and get witnesses? Did you read the document? No. Well, try reading the document and you will see that those documents are there to protect you and your family. How easy could I have just said, oh, no paperwork needed. And when you pass away, whatever's in your back office, I'll just take it. I could have easily done that. But no, not me. It's all about integrity. What's yours is yours, even when you leave here. That's what the documents are about, to make sure your family has something to put you away with, unless you put some, if you do a plot and burial thing or whatever, you can take care of it yourself as you receive it, which is one of the products, by the way. Pay for it yourself while you're enjoying life. Make your bed for later. Don't wait till you leave here. I know that's morbid conversation, but it's facts. Till they come up with something different, we all leaving here, right? Unless y'all know something I don't, please tell me. All right, let's move on. That's all the stuff that I wanted to cover to make sure everybody's on the same page. Tonight, we're going to the white. We are going to the white tonight. I got the first 50 already queued up and ready to go. The instructions are going to be explicit. Please follow them. Same instructions, but I didn't ask please the first time. I'm asking this time. Print them out, sign them, scan them back in, and send them to the team. They get the documents. Please don't call me. Just send the documents the way they're requested. If there's an issue and something isn't correct, keep an eye on your email address. They'll send it right back and let you know what to fix. So this is why I said a long time ago, even just filling out the form, take your time. There's no rush. Okay? Everybody feels like they got to hurry up, do it and send it back. Why? They haven't launched yet. Why do you think I'm doing the documents first? Steps, phases. So we all go at the same time, or somewhat the same time. All right? Now, everybody on the same page. We all good. Is everybody relaxed? You got your ears on. We got the notepad because I'm getting ready to do the presentation. if you cannot stay for the whole presentation. I understand. It's being recorded. All right. There's a lot of parts to this. So relax. Take it in. And then after we get off the call, go back and listen again because you're going to miss stuff. Dog got to go out, the phone rang, somebody sneezed all over you. Something's going to interrupt. You need to know this information because the next step shouldn't take days. It should take hours or minutes. All right. So thank you for joining. Let's talk about a promise delivered. First and foremost, a promise delivered is a platform designed to allow you to shop freely, which means that you will have the means to do so because of the website. So what is a promise delivered? It is a platform to allow you, help you, not allow you, but help you shop. Well, what does that mean, Mr. Lewis? Simple. When you join, and I'm going to go through the join process too, so don't worry. Let me talk it through first, and I'm going to come back and do the join process. So when you join, there are 12 grades. It is in a school theme. First grade, second grade, all the way up to 12. Each grade has a royalty value attached. I know I'm going fast. The royalty attached is the participation in the platform itself. So when you go into first grade and when you leave the first grade, you're given a royalty of $50 US. It's going to be in your back office. Boink! Not only will you get the royalty of $50 US, you will also see a page full of links or little pictures. I don't know what he's going to do with these links. Most of those links have their own little picture. We can hyperextend it to make it the actual picture of it. When you click on one of those links, the products are going to be $49 and below. First grade, because it's only a $50 royalty. You have to account for shipping. So you would shop with that $50. Now, I didn't say, now please listen, and this is the part, I have a little prop. I must have took it downstairs. I'm just going to use this chip card as like a debit card. I know it's not a debit card, but just play along. So in the back office, we have what's known as a digital debit card. And a digital debit card is sponsored by the people that are doing our withdrawal and deposit and purchase process on the website, Stripe. How many of you heard of Stripe? You should, because a lot of people use it and don't even know they use it. If you use a debit card in PayPal, you're using Stripe. If you purchase stuff on a website like doing your 175, that's through Stripe. Okay? It's just like having a regular debit card, but it's in your back office. With the participation, when you go in and you do your cycle, you are given a $50 royalty in your back office. You'll see it pop in. Boink, there's $50 there. You'll also see in your back office a little virtual card sitting over to the right. It'll have the 15 numbers on there, and it had the date and the 3 digits on the back, just like a regular debit card. Do not use or think that that's just a gimmick or a picture in the back office. That's an actual debit card that you can use. You move the $50 to the debit card, right? You just move, fund the card. It goes right on the card in the back office. You don't have to call nobody. You don't have to ask no questions. You don't have to have some special amount and all this. If you got 50, move it. If you got 500, move it. Move it, move it, move it. I know, too much. But anyway, in the back office, you'll have that availability, right? Now, that $50 did not come out of your paycheck. And this is the part that I think a lot of people get the space between the ears. Most people are so used to when you shop or go shopping online, I don't care where you're shopping, where are you getting the money from to shop? From the 9 to 5, right? You put it in the bank or whatever, you put it on your debit card, you put it in your checking account. When you go to Amazon, you put your card in, right? You go in your wallet. You go in your wallet and get that debit card and put it in there and buy that product, right? Hello, Promise Delivered said, no, 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 no. I'm going to make sure you have $50 with your new card and you can go shop. And I'm only picking on first grade because it's simple. And once you get first grade, all 11 are the same, just different numbers. Now, this card in your back office, you can move whatever is in the withdrawal box. There's several boxes. One that shows that where you're at in the program. There's another box that shows like your year to date, how much you have received from day one. If that you can't do anything with, but just look at that beautiful number. The funds that you can move are in the withdrawal box. You either withdraw it to your bank, PNC, Chase, or wherever you want to send it, or to your, well, not yet here, but coming soon, that's digital, bank you own, or you can send it here so you can shop. The links are right there in the back office. The card is in the back office. You just click on the link that you want to purchase, use the card in the back office, and it's on its way. Now, I want you to stop for a minute and think. I didn't say, number one, you had to use your income. You know, if you work or if you're retired or, at home, you have your income. That is for you. Okay? Supposedly at $10 an hour or whatever it is an hour. That's the man saying you can have that amount of money to live off of. But you don't have to use it no more to go to Amazon. You don't have to use it no more to pay your light bill. You don't have to use it no more for all the things that you will find online in this back office. You just use the royalties, push them to the card, and buy it. Now, I want you to think one more time. And ask yourself this question. If I had a platform or somewhere I could go, put in $200, because that's what it costs. I know we're talking about this 175 stuff, but that was just a number for people that sent in the 25. We're talking $200. You put $200 onto that website. You receive 50, you receive 100, 300, 400, 5,000, but you only put in 200. And at every grade, you get to shop at that number. Now, let's say, you need a new computer. New computer right now is between 600 and 1,000. Sixth grade, seventh grade, you can go buy a computer. It's in the back office. You didn't have to go nowhere. And you sure didn't have to use your paycheck because the royalty is going to make sure that you can buy whatever you want at every level. Now, in a few, I'm going to play that video. I'm going to play it so you can see that I'm not joking around. It's very serious. This program was set up so that not only can you shop freely, and I say that with respect because you don't want to fill your house up full of stuff either, because that makes no sense. But you can take some out, you can put it in the bank, you can take some out, buy some crypto and stick it on your bank. You do what you want with it. Just don't withdraw, because then that'll bring eyeballs to our website. We don't want eyeballs. Purchase something. The website is helping you buy it. Right? Now, from there, you move into joining up with the sister company. Now, the sister company is a bit simpler to work with because the less use of technology. A promise delivered is going to move exclusively to cryptocurrency because that is the next evolution of the way we're going to transact. Yes, there will be paper. You'll have your options. We're going to see if we can't make both options for the back office since we're starting out cash. Can we do both without having a monster platform? If not, we stick with one or the other. We'll make that decision when the bridge comes. But we're going to start out with cash so you guys can start moving. When you join up with the sister company, a promise delivered is going to pay it for you. So the paying it for you means that as you cycle through, there will be enough royalties. And the way it's set up is that you will get 2 positions with the sister company. 2. Right? Now, I talked about duplication earlier. And I talked about when you get past the 5th person, they kind of say, I know all these things. So I built it into a promise delivered to create positions. Now, I want you to think about something right quick. You ever join something that you had to go get 3 people? How hard is that? Again, without duplication, it may work for them first 3 people you talk to. Oh, yeah, I was on the phone with you. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay, you're going to get your 3? Where? I don't know nobody. I'm in the NFL club. I heard that here. So by building it into a promise delivered that creates positions for the sister company. Now watch this. Not only are you being joined to a sister company, we're also supporting it so that you get those 3 people. Now, whose job is that? How are you going to get these 3 people? Hello. That's my job. My objective is to get it launched as soon as possible because that's the job I want. I applied and I was approved. I sent them my resume. And on there, I agreed to place 3 under everybody here. Where am I getting the 3? Out of you getting 2 positions each. You see how this works? Now you're in my head. Now you're in the process that everybody wanted to know. How does it work? I'm telling you how it works. I bet you won't be able to repeat it. After you move forward and go into the sister company, you're going to be supported by the process that we have put together. Everybody gets 3. That's all you need. But these 3 that you're getting are called a fully vetted position. I'll get back to that. Everybody in there and everybody here and everybody that's coming will get 3. So we're satisfying what that company requires you to have to receive on a daily basis. Daily basis. My job is to make sure each one of you have 3 times everybody. Each of you going into a promise delivered creates 2 new positions that you own that become somebody's 3. So one number or one group that goes in is doubled. So if 200 go in, 400 positions are created. That's the build. That's the duplication that I built into this. Some people say, oh, well, you're going to run out of people eventually. Yes, if it was a pyramid. It's not a pyramid. Now, I would ask the same question to the job that you go to every day. What type of structure is that? You ever looked at it? Straight up pyramid. There's one guy at the top. He has 2 guys under him. Those 2 guys have 4 guys under them. They tell the next group what to do. The next group is the bosses and the foremans of those groups. And those groups go down to the yeomans and all that. And by the time it gets down to the bottom guys, the workers, that's the bottom of the pyramid. Where does all the money go? When you're out there with the pick or the shovel in the street, where does that money go? This guy up here. This guy up here. But yet, an attorney general will say, you have an internet program and it's a pyramid. You're getting all the money. Even if it were, so what? I assure you, as an attorney general, he got to answer to somebody. And 2 have to answer to him. And 4 have to answer to them. That's a pyramid. So they use words to confuse you from seeing the truth. All I have designed is something to bless everybody. They don't want you blessed like them. They want to be at the top and make all the money. What do you make? $10 an hour. What does that president make a day by owning that company? Thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Right? We're doing no different. But actually we are, because I took out the president, the guy sitting at the top. He's out of here. And I took that process from credit unions. When you go to a credit union, what do they say? That you are the owner of the bank, right? You are part of it as a depositor, right? There's still a president and CFO and all that. They just disguise it. But they tell you, as a credit union participant, you're part of the system, right? Promise delivered. Think about it. You're part of the system. You're not at the top and you're not at the bottom, because it's not a pyramid. It's something different. It doesn't even have a name other than blessed and highly favored. That's what it is. Put a shape to it, and that's what it is. Okay. So let me move on. You go into the sister company. The sister company is going to reward you. You can use their income to verify income at the bank. If you're taking a loan, if you're going to go do that kind of thing, I wouldn't advise it. But you can use theirs because it's called income, because you own a business, several of them. When you go through a promise delivered, you're going to own two of them, one in your name and one in an LLC's name. Each one of these businesses generates an income. Okay, so that's two incomes right there. There's an obligation to each, but one step at a time. So from there, you're in a promise delivered. You're going through the grades. You're receiving royalties. You're shopping. You're putting money away. You're withdrawing funds and doing all the things you do financially. All right. Over here at the sister company, as I'm placing 3 under 3 under 3, that's my job. You receive daily income from your business because of the people joining it. Okay. People joining it. Now, when they join, what are they doing? They're taking a position under somebody. Everybody is somebody's three. That's my philosophy. Every position that comes out of a promise delivered is somebody's three, because the golden rule with the sister company is you have to have three. Did I ask any of you to go get three so that you could receive? That's what a promise delivered does. A lot of us are waiting on it. So once you have joined the sister company, there's nothing else to do but manage your payments. Now, this is the part where I have to go back to a promise delivered. When you join, you're going to go to the first grade. You're going to move up to the second grade. You're going to move up to the third grade. The fourth grade is where all the action happens. So, what is the action? The first time you get there, you're going to get your first team royal position. And I'm going to get into what that is in just a minute. The second time you get there, you're going to get your second team royal position. The third time you get to the fourth grade, you're going to subscribe to a promise delivered. So why do we have to subscribe? Part of business. The business has to have something coming in. It has to. McDonald's, KFC, Sears, Walmart, something has to come to the company to keep the lights on. So you're going to subscribe for $175. Even though it costs $200 to participate, you only have to pay the admin fee once when you join. Once. That $25 goes to all the subscriptions to the business. The business has subscriptions. This call, for one, the website, all kinds of stuff that you would, if I really told you how much it costs to do this, a lot of you would stop asking, how long is this going to take? Because it's eaten up everything I've made for the past 6, 7 years. I poured a lot into it. So have some of you. It takes a village to raise a child. But when that child studies and does a good job, that child takes care of you, right? So it's a give and take situation. The subscription is no different. The third time you get there, you're going to subscribe for $175 for whatever card you want to use. If you want to use the one in the back office, it'll do it. Make sure it's on there. Make sure it's on there. You don't want to miss your subscription because the second you miss, everything shuts off. You don't want to miss nothing. It shuts off. Okay. So that's the third time. The fourth time you get to the fourth grade, there's going to be a selection of 4 amounts, which is a donation to the Bread Basket Project, which is the nonprofit humanitarian project that's built into A Promise Delivered. What does it do, Mr. Lewis? Well, number one, it's going to help those who don't have the 200. It's going to help those who are part of the family. Let's say that you have a niece somewhere in school and she needs her books. She should be part of the program, but if she's not, then the bread basket will put that up for her books. You as a participant, I would hope that you would ask that niece to join so she don't have to borrow anymore. Now, is bread basket a wide open philanthropy? Is just going to give money away? No, absolutely not. Everything that goes out has to come back. It's just how it works. That's how you continue to give to people. Now, there's some plans in place that I personally have put in place for both things. And both things are A Promise Delivered and the bread basket. They are both protected by a trust for 99 years and 1 day. The second I leave, or if I leave, God forbid, that trust takes over and will continue business as usual. There is a derivative, or not a derivative, but a directive on each that says what it's supposed to do for whoever's connected to it. It's going to continue just like I'm saying here now, right? So that's the joining the fourth grade. You're going to hit it 4 times. You're going to be doing something each time differently than the last time. All right? That's it. There's nothing else to join. There's nothing else to do. From the 5th grade to the 12th grade is just shopping. Buying this, buying that, grabbing your favorite crypto. We have Solana as our backbone. That's the crypto provider that we have built in. Solana. They do all the coins. A lot of them are going to disappear. A lot of people don't want to hear that, don't believe it, but I stopped trying to convince people anymore. So that's pretty much it. Let's talk about the cost of participation. A Promise Delivered is going to have a $175 a month, once a month obligation. Team Royal, the sister company, is going to have a $300 per set. Now, let me explain the set. When you join A Promise Delivered, you get to the 4th grade the first time, you're going to get a $398 voucher. 4th grade is $400. So you could just basically say it's $400. To get a fully vetted position with Team Royal requires 2 things. The first thing is a business account. That's the actual business that's going to be paying you. All right, that's the first one. That's $249. The second position that you need is a membership connected to that business. They go together. It's a set. When you have both of these things, that account, the business account, starts to receive or is eligible to receive daily. Okay? If I lost you, let me go back. When you get to the fourth grade, it's $400. That's what the fourth grade royalty is, $400. You're going to be given a link to join Team Royal. You're going to take the $400. You're going to purchase a $249 business position, right? You're going to go through the process. The enrollers will help you. You go through the process, get it all signed up. With the remaining $149 out of that $400, you're going to purchase the membership that is attached to that business. So the business signs up a membership. Okay? $398 that came from a promise delivered. Didn't come out of your pocket, because a lot of people said, well, I got to buy that. Then I have to spend $398 for this position. No. It's coming from the fourth grade. That's the royalty. $400. You're using $398 of it. You get those two positions. Those two positions, now listen, have a monthly obligation of $150 to keep it live, to keep it active, so you are receiving. A pair is an obligation to you of $300. Now, I know everybody's like, oh man, all these numbers, what is he talking about? I'm so lost. Think of it like this. You bought a $400 car and you have a $300 note. Simplify it to something that you can relate to. In that way, it takes all the confusion out. If it's a $400 car, $398 car, you have a car note of $300 every month. But the car is going to give you $20 a day, $50 a day, $100 a day, $150 a day, and on and on and on. Because every day, my job when I get up is going to be to come in here and place 3, 3, 3, 3. When I'm doing that, your numbers go up every day for that one set. That one set is going to start at $5 and go up to however many people's in your network. Now, anywhere in there did I say you have to go get 3 people? No. That's the difference. That's the royalty. That is the blessing that this creates. You don't have to go get anybody, but you do have to keep up with your records, right? You have to remember that that's a $300 obligation, but it's going to give you thousands. Promise delivered is going to make sure you have thousands. So $300 should not be hard to maintain. Now, remember, I said you're going to get 2 fully vetted positions. 300, 300. Right? That's $600 obligation every month. Sounds like a lot of money, doesn't it? You drive 2 cars, both of them are $300 a month, $600. But if you're getting $1,050 to $2,000 over here, and over here, you're getting $1,500 twice a month. That's $3,000 over here, $2,000 over here. That's $5,000 all day long. Simple math. You owe 600. Can you afford it? The simpler you keep it, the easier it is to follow. And that's the way it was built, to simplify things. I know my head moves in different directions and sometimes overlaps, and a lot of you get lost. I get it. I don't expect everybody to think like I do. Because if that was the fact, you would have a promise delivered already, right? But I do my best to make sure I bring you along as best as I can so that you can follow along with me, right? Now, let's say, for instance, you have a promise delivered going, you're purchasing things, you can go to Amazon and all the other stores that I get in there and buy the stuff you want without worrying about the light bill. You could take some of what you're getting in a promise delivered and go pay the light bill. Doesn't have to be a product. It's a debit card with the 15 numbers, the expiration, and the 3 digits. That's all the company wants to see. And as long as you got it in the withdrawal box, it'll pull it. Simple, right? That's going on. This is where I need, everybody to slow down, because there's some stuff you're going to have to manage. Remember, I said some of you are retired. You kick back, you're chilling, relaxed. And I said, you're going to have to go back to work. And that work is managing all this money coming in and going out. Okay? All I need you to do is make sure you're following the steps over here with the promise delivered, and you're following the steps over here with Team Royal. And that's maintaining whatever it is. If you have 3 positions, that's $900. If you have 2 positions, it's $600. If you only have 1, it's $300. But now this is the important part. The way a promise delivered was designed was to create duplications for Team Royal, because they both make sure that you have a very fat wallet. But you have to work together. And that's what I did. I made one support the other with my efforts. I didn't ask anybody else to do anything else but stay healthy and get the stuff you want to get. Go travel. 12th grade is travel. I wouldn't do it until after he's been seated and in the office and everything's calmed down, because getting in the air is dangerous right now. But it don't always be that way. 12th grade is set up to help you travel at a $9,000 ticket. That's pretty much a lot of places. I won't say everywhere. But if you go frugally, you don't have to have first class tickets. Unless you do, then you might have to stay a little longer and do some more cycles and get your stuff and go. But my point is, and where I think a lot of people, where most of the confusion is coming from, is I haven't proved it yet. Now, I have proved a promise delivered. Team Royal. Proved it. With your help. And I don't want anybody to think, oh, well, see, you keep saying that, but you're the only one receiving it. No, I don't, actually. I do, but it goes right back out to keep everything lit. But it was done on purpose to prove a point. A company that says they guarantee daily income, you have to prove that, right? Somebody got to join it and say, okay, well, how do I do it? Well, you have to have this, you have to have 3, and those 3 have to 3. The same thing I just explained that I'm going to do for you, I had to do for me. With your help. You guys, most of you, are some of those 3s under 3s. With the right amount of people, the daily income went from $5 all the way up to $150 a day. $150 income monthly, all the way up to $4,500 monthly. And all of you will do the same thing. Because just like you supported what I was trying to do, a promise delivered, and if everybody does what I'm requesting and take those two positions, I'll do the same for you. Because it's going to generate positions, not people, because you can't generate people. That takes two people in 9 months. Well, a male and a female. Let's say it right. But I can control and create positions. And that's what a promise delivered does. It pays for it for you, because most people wouldn't come off of $390, $400. Let's just call it what it is. Would you come off of $400 to join the program? No. You can go ahead and start shaking your head. No. No, you wouldn't. But if it's provided for you to join a platform that you didn't have to come up with, would you join? Absolutely. Would you join twice? Of course. I'm not paying for it. My position is. Now I have two positions over here that will be paying me. That's three positions total. Two different companies. One over here and two over here. Some people have three over here. Jump starters. But that's not part of nothing else. That was just the program that I just talked about that created the proof for Team Royal. The next step is to launch a promise delivered, and we prove it together. Okay? Right now on the roster to launch is close to 300 people. My documents are still sitting on my desk. So I haven't even joined my own platform yet, because I said in the very beginning, you guys go first. I'll come after. Why would I do that? Think about it for a minute. Would a CEO do all the salary for the people before he got paid? No. Would a president of a company pay all the employees before he got paid? Make sure they get to go on vacations and enjoy life? Would he do that? No. Now ask me, would I join behind 400 people? Yep. Why would I do that? To prove a point. And what's that point? There's no front, there's no back. Everybody's the same. Somebody try to stand me down. You're going to run out of people. You're going to run out of people. Eventually, yes. Because everybody will be here. And like I said, there are parts of this platform and my design of it with the assistance, or actually I assisted the creator. He asked me to do it. He came through me, pushed it out. There's certain things you will never know about how it works. You don't need to know that. But a lot of people are going to want to know how we took something so small, so insignificant, and blessed thousands of people on a daily basis, nonstop. So, the two together, in simple layman's terms, a promise delivered is a site that is going to assist you to purchase products, services, things that you couldn't get with your job. It's going to assist you into a sister company. It's going to pay for it for you so that you can get in fully vested twice. Upon doing that, it's going to move on to the next grade, the next grade, the next grade, the next grade. When you get to the 12th grade, that position stops. I'm going to say that, and you notice how I stopped because I need everybody to hear this part. When you get to the 12th grade and you get your royalties or the purchase or whatever you're doing, that position ends. Just like school. You go to the first grade, second grade, when you get to the 12th grade, you graduate, right? You're out there. But like I said, it's all about the process. And I've said this and I will say it again. It only takes one. Someday I'll explain what that means, but it won't be no time soon. And no, don't try to guess because I'm not going to answer it. Okay. So outside of these two platforms, one is actually operational, Team Royal. It is up and running. That's already been going for a while. That's our sister company. I don't own it. I'm just attaching us to it. A promise delivered is within days of having that. The description of each one of those grades is done by AI, not me, not Sean, not Charlie, not David. AI. It will say everything perfectly every time. Every time. So you'll know exactly what to do when you click on it. It's going to explain everything. And you can say, no, I didn't catch that. Rewind. It'll rewind to whatever point you need and play it again. 2, 3 times if you want. You call me 2, 3 times about the same thing, I'm going to be, ready to hang up on you. But not AI. And that's why I went with AI, to give you some input or some ability to say, wait a minute, I didn't catch that. Back up and say that again. Or the dog just barked. I didn't hear that. Back up and say it again until you get it. Right? Convenience. I want it easy for everybody. Now, I'm going to step on one last part that we haven't talked a whole lot about because we're coming out in cash. But that doesn't mean I don't want you to study what you need to be into at this point in our lives. And that's cryptocurrency. Quit playing. If you're not up on cryptocurrency, you're failing yourself. And you're going to be very disappointed because the back office eventually is going to go to cryptocurrency. I would like to do both, but that's a different kind of software that is very expensive. Now, I will say this also. All you really need is a crypto wallet, which you can get on your phone. You can do them all on here. You need a wallet. You need a crypto debit card so you can spend your crypto like cash. A crypto debit card looks just like one of these, or it's on the phone, one or the other. You put cryptos on it, and then you can go to the store, bring up the card, put it at the thing, it'll go beep, and go out the store. You do not, now please listen to me. It's important that you hear this part. When you start using your crypto debit card for the first time, it's going to be new. It's going to be, I'm buying stuff with Bitcoin, or I'm buying stuff with this or that, whatever you're loading on here. I'm going to ask you a question. When you go to Walmart, you put all the stuff on the counter, bring it all in, and you bring out your card. Do you talk to the screen and say, I'm using my Wells Fargo paycheck that I put it? No. You just stick that card in there, wait for the beep, put your 4 digits and out, start bagging, right? You didn't have a conversation with nothing. Crypto debit card is the exact same way. Put your stuff on the counter, beep, 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 beep. When it's time to pay, you bring out your crypto debit card. Hopefully you put some crypto on here to shop with. You have to know the value. So you're going to have to actually watch cryptos to see what their value is at any given time. So you want to check that before you go out. But you load on, let's say you load $300 on here. You go to the grocery store, supposedly the groceries numbers are going to come down, I hope, quickly. But let's just say you rung up $150 on there. You know you got 300 on here. Just stick the card in there, put your 4 digits in, or hover over there and it goes beep, and put the stuff in the bag and go home. Same thing at Walmart or wherever you go. If there's a person at the counter and you put the stuff through, they're going to ring it all up. They're going to tell you the total. Are you going to lean over the counter? Well, you know, I'm using Bitcoin and I have to, I can use Bitcoin to pay for it. If you don't stop, no, you're not going to do that. You're going to take the card, you're going to hover it over the thing, it's going to go beep, and they're going to put the groceries in the bag. It works just like a debit card. You just have to take some responsibility and accountability of what you put on it and how much and what's the value at that day. You can check that where? On the cell phone. You can literally do everything with just the cell phone. You don't even need a card because these are digital. Go right on the card, right on the phone, right? While you're in the car parking, you can pull up. I got to get the website so I can share it with you. You can see all the values. Or if you know you got Bitcoin on there, you know Bitcoin is up there. How much did you put on? Did you put 300 on there? Good. So you know you got 300. It may fluctuate a little bit by the time you get out of the car and get to the cash register, but not that much. Put the thing up there. It's going to go beep, go out the store. You're going to need a crypto debit card. And the last item, cell phone, you're going to need as well. The last item that you are going to need is a bank, your personal bank. This is a conversation all by itself. You can get whichever one you want. Tangem, you can get Elipal, what you just have to look them up. And there's you can find all that stuff on there. I should have that stuff in front of me, but you know what I'm talking about. The bank, now this is the fun part. When you get one of these, guess what you become? A banker. Did you ever think that you would become a banker if you're not already? You become a banker because everything you put in here, you put in here. Can anybody else get to it? Nope. Nope. How? Why? Because it lives on the blockchain where numbers are changing within milliseconds all day long, going all different directions. You can't see a transaction through that. Not even a computer can see it. Completely without violating the codes and everything. If you keep your security codes hidden, then you're good. But that's your bank. And this is what I was talking about on that document, on the death document. Like I just said, you can put on here very large amounts of digital currency and or cryptocurrency. Massive amounts. So that legal person, the legal representative on your death agreement should have the codes to this, because you're not going to have that much at a promise delivered in the back office. This is where it's going to be at. So whoever you have in that position, they need this information. The login information, the password, because this is where his money's going to be. And you better teach them how to use it. You want them to have a crypto debit card. You want them to understand how to move the funds. Does no good if you can log in and don't know how to move it. And if you take it to somebody to say, can you help me move it? You'll never see it, because they'll move it somewhere where you'll never see it again. Oh, I don't know what happened. They already know you know nothing about it, right? So you walk up to them and say, I need to pull this off and put it on my debit card. There could be $200,000 in here. There could be $500,000 in here. If they know you don't know, the first transaction is going to be to their wallet, all the way down to what you asked for. Will you know the difference? No, because you didn't take the time to teach your legal representative what this is and keep them in the loop of understanding how much you're putting on this thing. So if somebody, they have to go to somebody, or if you teach them how to use it, they won't have to go to nobody and be taken advantage of. But this is all part of the process of learning cryptocurrency. Go learn as much as you can with it, because you're going to need it. Okay, you're going to be using it on a regular basis. Regular. So I hope, of course, this was a little bit more than a presentation, but I had to say it once just to get it all out. And we're still not done, because on top of all of the obligations, which I've gone over, the 3 different accounts that you will have, some of you 4, what's expected. Now we got to talk about actually joining the process. As you already know, there's documents to sign, to which I was just alluding to a minute ago. Right now, it's 2 documents, of 4 documents in one, and 1 death agreement and an example. So there's 3 documents that will come to your email address. Print them out. Sign where you need to sign, print where you need to print. You can use the photo scan app that's going to come in the email if you don't have a scanner, but you do need a printer, because you got to print them out and sign them. If you have to take them to Kinko's and all those kind of places, Office Depot, Staples, they'll do the scanning for you. Then they'll email it to 2 or 3 in agreement. But if something's wrong with those documents, guess who's not going to see them? You. So somewhere on one of those documents, I may just add it tonight, put in your email address. So if those documents need to come back for corrections, and they will, trust me, my team, proud of them, they ain't gonna let it slide unless they talk to me. If those documents need to be emailed back, then your email address needs to be somewhere. You can add your email address on the document, or you can have the store send it to your email address and 2 or 3. That way, both of them are there. Thank you, Jillian. I told you they ain't no joke. They even keep me straight. All right. So Those two documents need to be done, the large one and the death agreement. Now, I have to say this because, just because these documents have nothing to do with me taking something from you. It has everything to do with me making sure you get exactly what you're supposed to, like the death agreement. Whatever's in that back office, whatever you accumulate from whatever time you left to the 12th grade comes to the family. What's in here and what you've been tucking in there, I got nothing to do with that. So don't call me and say, well, they had a tangent. Okay, good. I have no information on anybody's stuff. As a matter of fact, the KYC that you will do is done by Stripe, not me. Okay, so they know what they're doing. Stripe is international. So for those of you outside of the US, they know what's happening. You put your information in, they know what you need. It'll be on the document. It'll be on the thing. Just fill it out. Okay. I'm glad I'm not keeping it because I don't want nobody's information. I don't even have half of you in my phone. Yes, I said it. I think that's it. Now I'm not going to record the questions because this thing is crazy long already. Let me stop YouTube.